notepad. Was it there? Yeah.
G'day and welcome back to the Vintage Masters 2018 here at Next Level Games in Dandenong, Victoria. We've got some serious players on the screen now. A Canberra-Adelaide battle royale between Sarven, McLinton and Lachan, Saunders.
I'm from Adelaide and Dan's from Canberra, so
this will be interesting.
And it's an oath mirror, and so expect some good tight play and some interesting sideboard options. Sarv's showing his hand there.
He's got Jack, yeah.
Forbidden Orchard and Oath. So he's got turn 2 Oath, and he's got Nahiri the Harbinger main deck.
And Lachlan's got a Crucible of Worlds and a Regrowth in there.
And a Mana Crypt.
And a Tolarian Academy.
And some Ponder Preordained.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, in Lachlan's list here, he's got the Crucible Zurin Orb Fast Bond combo.
And the Time Vault Key combo.
Oh, that's a strong start. So we've got a Mana Crypt and a Time Vault and a Tolarian Academy there from Lachlan.
I mean, Dak Faden can steal one of these juicy artifacts, but he needs to get 3 mana first, so that's going to be a while yet, because Sarv doesn't have any power.
No, there's no Moxes there on Sarv's hand.
Nahiri is sweet. He's got some sweet Oath Mirror tech, Sarvin, actually. Nahiri exiles enchantments. Chandra Pyromaster is another Planeswalker that Sarv's playing in the main deck, which can draw in cards and take out opposing spirit tokens. And Lachlan has an interesting take on Oath as well. What's his namesake? Muldrotha.
So that's an interesting 6 mana creature in the Sultai colours. So it's a 6/6 and it reads, during each of your turns, you may play up to 1 permanent card of each permanent type from your graveyard. So I think we can see Lachlan looking to dump stuff into his graveyard with his Oath, and then Oath up Muldrotha, and then start bringing things back from his graveyard.
Meanwhile, Sarvin's got the Inferno Titan, and Gristlebrand. Each player has a Gristlebrand. Both players have been influenced, it seems, by Brian Kelly's Oath lists, where the ability to just cast your threats, not just oath them up, is important.
Yeah, particularly for the mirror, right?
Yeah, well, you might side out your oaths. Lachlan's even got Mana Vault in his deck to help hardcast.
Yeah, so Muldrotha is a 6 mana creature.
Yeah, and Sarv doesn't have the Vault, but...
So Sarv's fetched up a Volcanic Island here in response. Let's see what he's got.
Turn 2 Oath. That's not bad. With the...
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, with the Orchard. And he's given an Adelaide Eternal token.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice.
Very nice pre-advertisement.
Yeah. So we've got a Nahiri. He's got Nahiri in hand there.
And an Infernal. And is that the Chandra as well? Or is it 2 Inferno Titans?
So yeah, Lachlan's going to beat in for 1 here.
Does Lachlan have any...
Sarv down at 18.
Does he have any way to tutor up the key yet? Not yet.
There?
That's a Forbidden Orchard, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So that can fight a bit, because that can provide Sarv with a token to stop the Oath activation, because they'll each have a creature.
Yeah.
He's just thinking when to do it.
So yeah, what's the timing?
Sarv's got Jace as well.
Yeah.
You have to do it in your turn, I think.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can do it in response to the trigger, I think, as long as there's a creature on each side.
Yeah, so everyone's getting a little fairy. Is it? You get a fairy from a Forbidden Orchard?
Spirit,
okay.
Sarv's also got Slice and Dice main deck, which is handy to reset the spirit token count in the mirror and gain the upper hand. Once you gain that upper hand, it's hard to lose it. But I think so. Sarv should be able to untap and then tap his Forbidden Orchard to give Lachlan another
dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they've forgotten the Mana Crypt roll, and now they're just rewinding that and redoing it. So Lachlan lost that.
Yeah, okay.
So I think Sarv should be able to trigger Oath here, if I know the. Yeah, I could be wrong.
Provided the opponent's got another creature.
Sarv's playing Dig Through Time. Lachlan isn't, I don't believe.
No, we didn't see that in the list.
Sarv probably looking to jam Dak Faden next turn, unless he's got.
Yeah, which artifact are you going to take? So there's he's presenting a couple of combos there.
I'd be tempted to take the Mana Crypt, actually, because that puts some of his Planeswalkers online. But, you might also want to take Time Vault just so you don't insta-die. That's key. Okay, well, that's...
Oh, so I've seen an Abrupt Decay on the Spirit here. From like Lachlan has Abrupt Decayed his own Spirit, and then he's been able to Oath up Muldrotha.
Oh, so we did that in the upkeep? Oh, okay.
That's pretty strong.
That's very strong.
Let's see what Sarv's got in response here.
I don't quite understand that.
So because we've got a spirit on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Sarv side here. So what do you see as being Sarv's move here? It's looking pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, can you get the 0-0 back now? It doesn't have fast one yet. Okay.
Yeah, I know we've got a voltaic
Key. So
as
yeah,
well.
using the creature's ability to get the key back. Does he have
Yeah.
mana? He's got Talarian Academy.
Yeah.
Strip mine. That's looking very dangerous. You can't
Yeah.
even just the strip lock alone is deadly.
Yeah, I think we might be done
You
here.
can strip mine every turn. He's got mana to activate key. So Sarvs knows he's lost here. He just wants to see Lachlan's deck to work out how to sideboard.
So regrowth for abrupt decay.
So he's just, so I'm just going to play it out to get some information.
So he's going to make him present his win. I know he's going to scoop it up there.
Yeah, Lachlan's just sell attack with this guy with infinite turns, so I'm not going to show you any more on my deck. Information's very important. So Sarv got a bit unlucky there. I mean, he had turn 2 Oath, but Lachlan just had power, and he was able to have the abrupt decay to activate it.
Yeah, so with these kind of mirrors, it's about who, at least in game one, it's about who gets to, put that extra spirit token on.
I'll just have to look. I'll have to watch that in the replay just to get the timing of when that he cast that abrupt decay and how it interacted with the oath trigger. It'll be interesting just to watch that again. Because Sarven's looked quickly at his sheet to provide him with advice on sideboarding. That's perfectly legal. And now he's pulling out some cards. I expect both players to side out all their oaths. Maybe keep one in. I'm not sure. So let's look at the sideboards.
Yeah, look, there's some interesting stuff for Lachlan here. Probably the ones that jump out at me: a drop of honey, an elephant grass. There's some interesting kind of.
So drop of honey takes out creatures over time. Elephant grass is like a propaganda effect, stops guys from attacking, but it's got cumulative upkeep. That's probably more of a anti-dredge card.
Yeah, he's got a couple of additional oath targets in Carnage Torrent and Gisela Blade of Gold.
Gisela.
Oh, Gisela, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's got 2 Nature's Claim, but I think he'll put Sarv on siding out Oath. I don't think he'll bring in the Nature's Claim. Maybe you bring in one, but you have to assume your opponent's going to side him out, your Oaths.
Yeah, I mean, look, Lachlan, if that's the common strategy for Oath, that's what I expect the Lachlan would go for. He's very experienced and strong player from the Canberra.
He's got
community.
2 Neil Spellbomb. He might bring one in. It's just a bit of tech. Or Sarv got 2 Pyroblast. Balance potentially. He's got 2 more lands. I don't think he needs them here. He's got 1 Nature's Claim. That's really
It
it.
doesn't look like he's going for different kinds of oath targets at all.
No. He's happy with his.
He's kind of like
Griselbrand.
He's got a few oath.
He's
answers in
got
the
main deck
right?
anti-oath. He must have been expecting a lot of oath. Nihiri, Chandra Pyromaster, Slice and Dice. He's got a Pyroblast main deck, so he can add 2 more. I know Sarv likes his very cheap interaction and counter magic. He wants to win those counter wars.
There's lots of very cheap spells there.
I'm not sure how many mana sources. He might even bring in another land or 2. He's got a mountain and an island in the sideboard. If he thinks the game's going to go long, you want to win counter wars. Well, okay. He's siding out 4 oaths, siding out the Hercule's Recall. I think I saw Elephant Grass coming in there. Should be interesting.
I just wanted to highlight another interesting card in Lachlan's list, which is Holistic Wisdom.
Main deck.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yep. So it's an enchantment. It's a 2 green, 1 other enchantment. 2 colorless. Remove a card in your hand from the game. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand if it shares a type with the card. So it's a card we don't see a lot of. But it looks like he's looking to swap different, similar types of cards for others to make his combos.
Yeah, that's a grindy card. That's like getting a DT every turn. But you search your graveyard instead of your library.
Yeah,
I think
if you've oathed, it's pretty strong.
Yeah,
right?
but he sided out all his oaths, so he's just going to see that as a bit of a long game value card if he keeps it in.
Yeah, he'd probably take it out if he takes out the oaths, right? Because he's not really loading up that graveyard in the same way. I don't know. I don't know the card well enough.
Over
to
time,
know what his
the
decision might be.
graveyard gets big enough to utilize as a second library, as it were.
Yeah.
So I think both players are expecting a long, grindy matchup here.
Yeah,
Like
so
a
we've got our
control
draws.
mirror,
Yeah.
where you want to hit your land drops, you want to win counter wars.
I think we've got a Mox there for Sarven, a Tundra, Fetch Land, a Grizzlebrand, and an Ancestral.
Yeah,
Not
Ancestral.
really said a Grizzlebrand in his opening.
No, but Ancestral Ponder, Snap Keep, that's good.
Yeah. A couple of dual lands, a Treasure Cruise, I think I saw.
I think I saw Black Lotus and Mana Crypt, which is pretty good.
Ooh.
Especially if you're looking to hardcast a threat, which in this
Alright, so Sarven on the
game
play.
you do want to do,
Yeah.
because the oaths are out.
He ponders first.
I know Sarv doesn't love turn
Yeah,
one
he likes to
Ponder.
hold him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he probably feels he got a bit
So there's two Moxes, there's an Emerald and a Pearl.
blown out last game, so he wants to stay in it.
He may shuffle that, I reckon. That's a lot of
Just
Moxes.
mana and he'll be
It's
tempted.
a misstep there as well, I think.
He wants to misstep, I'm guessing, but no, he's going to
Yeah,
shuffle.
he's going to shuffle that away.
What does he want? So he'll want a Duck Faden or some other, or Brainstorm to get rid of that Inferno Titan. Oh, sorry,
Get rid
the
of
Grizzlebrand, yeah.
He wants to fetch that away. Alright. So
Maybe he even sides out his Forbidden Orchards for land, because if he puts Lachlan on siding out all of the oaths, the orchards are only going to hurt you, unless you keep your own oaths in, but
yeah, so Sarv shipping the turn back.
that's
to land in
interesting.
play.
Like
Didn't play his Mox.
Sarv could conceivably side out all his oaths and all his Forbidden Orchards, and just play a control deck.
Yeah, right.
Um,
That is interesting.
yeah. I'll have to ask him if that's what he's doing.
What then becomes the kill condition?
You just cast your dudes, Inferno Titans,
Right.
6
yeah.
mana, or your Planeswalkers. He's got good
It's a long way
Planeswalkers.
up. Yeah.
Nahiri the Harbinger
Yeah.
can get your Gristlebrand earlier, and you can
Okay.
draw cards off of that. So Ponder versus Preordain, which is better? It's debatable. Turn 1 probably Preordain maybe.
Yeah.
But he's got now. Sarv's got Ancestral. Now you're gonna watch him wait on this Ancestral. He will
Yeah.
hold this.
Because most people just jam it, sort of upkeep.
No, he will hold it until he
Until he
has to
needs
cast it.
Yeah. He treats it kind of like a brainstorm then.
Yeah,
doesn't
or
he?
until he's got protection.
Yeah, okay. Because he knows that's gonna. It can be a game-winning spell. Right?
Absolutely. Is he going to go for it here?
Yeah,
So
he's gonna
he-
shoot.
So he thinks I've got an opening,
I think Lachlan I saw has a force in hand.
but does he have a blue card? I don't think he does.
Okay.
He didn't have a blue card to pitch.
So there's
not,
three for-
not the altered art there on Sarv's borderless Ancestral. He's got the artist to fill in the border.
Yeah. Right. Cool.
So now he's misstepping the Brainstorm. Both players, I think, have 3 main deck mental missteps, which they will keep for this post-sideboard.
Let's have a look at this list.
Sarv's happy with that hand. He's got a Force, he's got a Dig Through Time, which isn't too far off.
Yeah. 3 mental misstep for Lachlan.
Yeah. Now, it's lucky that game 1 was pretty fast, actually, because if Sarv wants to win this
He's
Oath
gonna need to
Mirror,
take time,
it's become
right? Yeah,
if it's become a long grindy control mirror, it's going to take time to win 2 games. He's got 2 Force, Dig Through Time. Is that a Mindbreak Trap or he's got a Mox Jet, I think, on the left.
Play here. He's going to play his jet.
Altered
Oh,
art.
that's nicely.
Yeah, they're all
altered
done.
that
They're all
one.
done.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, shit, the
That's
turn.
really beautiful.
Yeah, that's Mindbreak Trap. So he's got Dig Through Time, Counter Magic, and Gristlebrand. He's gonna. He can't. Oh, he's one. No, he can Dig Through Time end of turn with double Force of Will backup.
Yeah, because he's got the 2 fetches there to build the graveyard.
Brainstorm is sun bleached apparently. It's Lachlan's Brainstorm is nice as well. So enjoy that. Those beauties.
Okay, there's a DT there, a demonic tutor for Lachlan.
With mana
You
up.
reckon Lachlan? You reckon Sarv will respond or just let it roll?
He might let it roll because
Yeah.
then just.
Then yeah.
But he'll be thinking hard about it. He might just DT. He might just Dig Through Time right now. He's got a bit of an
Yeah, yeah.
opening. Land's tapped. Lachlan's shields are down to a degree. I think Lachlan's got Black Lotus in his hand, but maybe he's saving it for some like surprise factor. Like,
You
but
never know, right?
but if he has Force of Will, he might want to play the Black Lotus to hardcast the Force of Will, but he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, he could have done that now, but hardcasting Force of Will with Black Lotus is pretty bad because he's down a card anyway. So this would be a DT for Ancestral, I guess, if it resolved.
Oh,
Mi-
Mindbreak Trap.
Hard cast Mindbreak Trap. He's got double Force back up.
Looks
so
like
he's
Lachlan's going to let that Yeah, that resolves.
There's the Black
Another
Lotus.
Lotus
That's a
comes.
signed, Beta or Alpha Black Lotus. That's a
Yeah,
nice
that's
one.
beautiful.
Talarian Academy definitely
Some,
helped
yeah,
with
just-
some burst mana. This is a beautiful game in multiple respects.
Yeah, there's some serious cards out on the board there, isn't there? These guys have obviously put a lot of work into these decks.
Sign Beta. Okay.
Signed Beta one. Yeah.
Beta, yeah. Now, Sarv's got Dig Through Time and I believe Double Force, but
He's tapped out though on that Mind Break trap.
yeah, but he's got Double Force. He's not too worried. He likes his Dig Through Time, that's for sure. So he can untap and cast that for just tapping 2 lands. He's got
There's a cruise here
one,
for
2,
Lachan.
3. So okay, that's going to get forced. I would guess.
Starts thinking about it.
How many cards has he got in hand? Because he's only got 2 cards in hand. I'd be tempted to force this. But he's got
So
mana
is that 2 mana floating?
floating.
Yeah, 2 blue.
So that'll leave Sarv thinking, what's he got? Has he got Drain? But
He's
let it
let it
resolve.
resolve.
Sarv,
2 blue.
Sarv, yeah, he wants to counter the actual things that are going to kill him. And 3 random cards aren't going to kill him.
So Lachlan's preordained there.
And he might value protecting his Dig Through Time more than stopping the 3 random cards, because the Dig Through Time gets you really important selection.
And there's a reason why Dig Through Time's 2 points and Treasure Cruise is one. Yeah, for a while it was one point in
Highlander?
They're both pretty powerful, but
You think
Dig Through
Dig Through Time's
Time was, I think I do. I think the selection's really powerful.
So both cards to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Off that preordain. So they're building Lachlan's building his mana base, which is important because if it comes down to hard casting threats, you need the mana to do that. Sarv's got enough mana for his walkers, which is good.
Yeah.
He hasn't found them yet.
He does look to have a fistful, but yeah, you got a couple of.
I think
forces
he'll
that
just
can go down
play a
pretty
land,
fast.
ship the turn with hard cast Force Will up. But maybe he's going to jam Dig Through Time and try and do
He's
something
definitely
main
thinking
phase.
about it. You can see him playing with his lands there.
I'd be very surprised if he doesn't cast Dig Through Time end step, because so what's he
He's got
got?
a cantrip there.
He's got Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Alright, so Sarv holds his Brainstorms for a long time, but again he's just throwing it down here because he's got balance. He brought balance in.
There's a Lotus there
and a
Sol
Sol
Ring
Ring,
as
yeah.
well.
Balance is powerful in this kind of matchup, but Sarv's got a lot of cards in hand at the moment, and he's not. And Lachlan's got artifacts in play, and not many cards in hand. So Sarv doesn't want that balance. He might keep it as a defensive option, like down the road if he falls behind. He's kind of ahead on cards, so he doesn't need it. But he's probably scared of. No, I don't know. He's not scared, but he'd be conscious of Lachlan just
So it looks
casting
like
a
the
dude.
Sol Ring and the balance are going to go back there.
Yeah. Does
Does
he
he
have a way
fetch
to
land in hand?
No, does he have a way to shuffle them away? He's got the Dig Through Time that effectively
Oh yeah, that's a shuffle.
gets
Okay,
through
fine.
them.
He plays Trop here, I think.
Yeah, play the land, play the Lotus just for more mana to defend your Dig Through Time.
Yeah. Does that give him dig and hard cast force?
Yeah, he should have. Okay, he's just going for it because he can hard cast one force and then pitch blue
Pitch the
card to the other.
Yeah.
Well, what does he have another blue card to pitch?
There was a blue card in hand, but I couldn't see
Or
what
was
it
it Brainstorm that he cast? I don't know.
Yeah, so we've got to dig through time there. Yeah.
Now let's have a look what he's got. Okay, he's got the Balance and the Sol Ring. Force, Nahiri, Underground Sea, Time Walk, Yawgmoth's Will, Gas, Pure Gas.
He's still got the Ancestral in the graveyard there.
Yeah,
so
and he's
retain
got
that
and the Black
dig.
Lotus with the Yorg Will's super strong. Even Balance is Yorg Will's super strong depending on how card. I mean, he's got 3 cards in hand, so he's going to have 5. So he won't want Balance. Time Walk. Yeah, I mean they're the restricted cards.
There's a reason, right?
Yeah, and Time Walk Yorg Will is no joke either, because he can hard cast Time Walk here, just with the land and the thing.
I'm sure we had another blue card to back that up too.
He's gonna Time Walk and just go off. So this is Sarv's game to lose now, because he can untap Yorg Will, recall, Time Walk again, get a 3rd turn in a row.
There's a DAC.
Dack to steal artifacts or just loot.
Well, if he takes a Soul Ring, it kind of puts Lachlan back on mana that Hardcast is threat, right?
Yeah,
But he
he's
may
still
not
got
do it.
heaps. No,
It's
he's still got
still
heaps of mana.
Yeah. You still just run the York Moss.
If you take
and go
his Emerald, he can't cast the Muldrotha. Oh no, he's got black, green, blue. He still can. But he just wants to he's just playing classic control here, where he's going to
Just draw a shitload of cards.
get a lot of cards. Yeah. And cast counter magic and just eventually drop threat. I mean, he's probably thinking hard cast Crystal Brand in a few turns time.
And there's your Moth's Will. And back comes the Black Lotus.
He could cast Crystal Brand right now if he wanted to.
Yeah,
He's not going to, because he's got Time Walk and Ancestral to cast.
He goes Ancestral, he'll draw 3 cards.
Theory,
There's a
Jace.
Jace there.
No, now Sarv is loving this. He's just thinking, don't punt, don't lose. How do I lose? How do I play around that? What's Lachlan got in his hand?
I don't know.
What could Lachlan do? I mean, he can't do much because, okay.
Well, he needs to regenerate sort of card advantage by
Well,
hard casting his
okay.
threat, right?
Well, Lachlan's got 3 cards. He's got Underground Sea and some other stuff. Maybe Mind Twist? Does he have Mind Twist in his deck?
Is this Lachlan?
Yeah.
It's not popping out at me from the
No,
list.
okay, it mustn't be. But there's
So I think I've got a note here that that Lachlan
2
may
Underground
still have
Seas.
a force. Yeah.
Lachlan's got Force 2 Underground Seas. He's out of gas. He's got nothing. Sarv's got double Force of Will.
He's going to Time Walk again.
Now, which Planeswalker do you drop? He's going to drop Nahiri. Or he'll just drop Jason, Brainstorm all day until he eventually hardcasts Crystal Brand. He might keep the Black Lotus in play to hardcast Crystal Brand. Alright, so Sarv kept in at least 1 Forbidden Orchard.
So it's a Jason Mind Sculptor he's gone for.
Yeah.
He's looking so strong.
Yeah, I mean, Sarv just likes...
He just loves to brainstorm.
He just likes brainstorm. He just thinks...
Just bury Lachlan in cards.
Yeah. He's looking at the artwork, possibly. He's enjoying it. I think Lachlan knows what's happening here. He's probably just getting information.
Wasteland's going to go back, I think that was. No, he's going to keep the Wasteland.
He's going to keep Dak. That's interesting.
We're
Sarv
trying
loves
to
his
protect
Dak.
it. No, he's got the Lotus.
I don't know if Dak does a lot. I mean, here, when you've already sculpted your hand.
Yeah. I've played enough games where someone's got a Dak and a Jace in hand to know that that's just you just scoop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
No, he's going with the Grizzle Green.
So he wants to win. He just wants to finish the game now. He knows he's pulled ahead massively, and now he wants to put it away. And he knows he's got Force of Will back up.
Just checking his lands there. Make sure he's properly hard cast that.
I reckon he kept 1 Orchard in, and I reckon he sided the other 2 out. He's only
Tolarian Academy's gone. That's good.
Wasteland. That's very interesting.
Yeah, strange. Yeah.
How many's he got? He's got 1 Wasteland, 1 Strip Mine main deck. And he's only got 3 Forbidden Orchard main deck.
Wow, in a life list.
Yeah, exactly. So that shows you that he's not looking just to combo out. He's looking to play a control game with just different paths to victory.
So he's not looking to. You don't think he's looking to accelerate out his oath necessarily?
Oh no, he wants to. It's just not. He's got strong plan Bs.
Yeah,
He's not linear. He's got diversity of threats, and Lachlan's got diversity of threats too, but more in the form of like different combos into Fast Bonds or Crucible Worlds and Time Vault Key.
Yeah. It can be hard to find that. It's a 3-card combo.
So Lachlan's gone combo route, and they've wrapped it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
I would have
Lachlan
seen enough
just
as well if I
scoops.
was Lachlan.
Yeah. So they've got plenty of time for the last game, which is nice. So I was just thinking, like, strategically, they've taken different options, right? So Lachlan has gone... He's diversified his threats as well, but he's gone for different combos.
That's correct.
So he's still fast. Okay?
Yeah, so he's got the Time Vault combo in there. He's got the Zoo and Orb combo.
But Sarv's plan B or other angle of attack is control, like slower.
Yeah. To stop everything you're doing, draw a lot of cards and just bury you.
Exactly, and you saw what he did with that then. So really Lachlan's the beatdown in this matchup, because I don't think he has the tools to win a long grindy control mirror. Because if you look at his sideboard, like Sarv's got 3 red elementals, 3 pyroblasts, post
Yeah,
sideboard.
okay.
I mean, yeah, they're not. I mean, they're not great against Oath and other. Well, there's no Oaths anymore, so that doesn't matter. They don't kill his Muldrothas, but they're still good. They stop Ancestral. They
Yeah.
stop Dig Through Time. Treasure Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, did we see what
Lachlan wants-
did bring in off the
No,
board? We
no,
didn't
I
get a
didn't.
good look at that, did we?
No, we didn't get a look. Lachlan he just wants to combo out
Yeah.
quickly. He wants to combo out quickly, and
It was on the play here.
and Sarv wants to take his time, play the control role.
Yeah.
So we know who the beatdown is, I think.
Yeah. We know that Sar's he's very competent control player. He likes to be in that kind of role. doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes.
It's a comfortable place for him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean he can tempo out as well, but when he needs to. But so did you see many changes? Did they make any changes then? No, I didn't see. Okay, so
It seemed a pretty quick sideboarding.
yeah, they might change. I mean, they might change things up. Giving on now, Lachlan's on the play. He's got a combo out. He's on the play. Has he brought Oath back in? You know, I don't know. I wouldn't. Okay, so Sar's made 2 more changes. I think he took out. Yeah,
I think I might have spotted was it a force come
I
back
saw
in?
an Ahiri or something.
Yeah. Anyway, we might see some.
Have a look
See
back
some
on the
changes
replay.
as it
So he's
plays,
changed
yeah.
two cards for now that he's on the draw. Maybe he took out an Inferno Titan. I mean, he might only have the 2. He might only leave one
Yeah.
Inferno Titan, one Gristlebrand.
And what are you looking to do if you're on the draw for Sarv here? Like, what's the good reactive card that you want to have?
What do you
to
got?
stop
Well, he wants Pyroblast.
Lachlan? He wants, maybe he brought in an additional Pyroblast. or
Ancient
something.
Grudge. He's got 1 Ancient Grudge main deck. That shuts down the Vault Key combo. He wants Mental Misstep to win Counter Wars. Force of Will. We'll have to look up this card. Mystic Retrieval. What is that?
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Sarv's
Do a
got
bit of
that.
a Google search.
Sarv's
yeah.
got that main deck. Very spicy list on both sides. Both
Yeah,
cards.
I don't recall ever hearing of that one. before.
Retrieval. Both players obviously looking for Ancestral. Alright, Sarv's got Sylvan Library, Damping Sphere, Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, he's got library. Oh, he's definitely on
Jace.
control then. If he's
Okay.
doing that.
What's that last card? Gataxian Probe,
Yeah, there's a probe, a damping sphere,
Mindbreak.
a daff.
Forbidden Orchard or something?
Yeah.
That's a good hand. That's a keep. Will he go the light? Okay, Mystic
So
Retrieval.
let's read Mystic Retrieval. So it's 3 colourless, 1 blue, a sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and has flashback for a 2 and a red.
Yeah, so that's a big value card. He'll probably side that out because the 4 mana sorcery against in this matchup may not be good enough. I'm not sure. It's got flashback, but he's not going to Oath, so he's not going to get the flashback value. So does Sarv play every time I play turn 1 library? I get punished.
Do you?
I always lose.
Everybody else, yeah, you just go on the draw, library, and just bury your own cards, right?
Yeah, I get duressed. Things happen, but okay. Now
So a
Sarv's
fast point.
So I was thinking, he would have put him on that because he saw the Crucible earlier. Or he might have just thought it was Wasteland Crucible
yeah.
value.
It'll
So
make him think, though.
He'll play
I
Library,
think.
and that force off the top is very nice because it allows him to draw that extra card,
Yeah, so
knowing that
Sarv's
he's got
got
counter
Library.
magic.
Yeah. So Sarv activates library on.
He'll pitch
On
Gitaxian
Lachlan's
Probe if he has to use Force of Will.
Yeah.
That's just a random card. Lotus, that's good. Can Lachlan combo out?
Yes.
Not yet.
Activates library, draws a card. And it's a
That Mox
Sapphire.
helps. That helps him get down Sylvan Library now, if he wants to, or Damping Sphere, which is a very funny card because in a control mirror, you got to pay more and more mana during these counter battles. The
Yeah,
more-
yeah.
And it gets hard to do the maths and to understand how much mana you have to leave open to cast your second counter spell and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a new card that's seeing a fair bit of play.
Yeah, people are testing it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Drop of Honey. Force of Will, Chris Grant. Wow, Lachlan is really
That's
out
not
of
great.
he hasn't drawn great, and that's a risk of going this multiple different combos.
Yeah, yeah. He's given himself a chance to hard cast force at least and give himself some time. That's why he's played the Lotus there.
Yeah. Now Sarv knows that he can win this game if he just stays on library and just counters the relevant cards from Lachlan, and he's got time because Lachlan doesn't have a lot of scary stuff straight away.
So it draws a card off the
He'll
library.
yeah, force of will,
Force of
beautiful.
Will. Yeah,
That's extra
Lots of
defense.
protection.
Damage sphere.
And dampens.
I don't know about that because
You're going to slow down his force of wills.
he can cast one force of will now. He
Yeah.
can't cast two because he doesn't have any mana available. So he can only cast. But he knows
He knows that this guy,
yeah.
like, he knows that Lachan isn't going to be able to
Yeah,
respond
deploy two
because of
good
the damping
threats.
sphere.
Yeah, well, he knew that he only probably had to counter one spell then, because he knew the other three cards.
And with the library, I mean, Sarven knows he's on the control plan. Yeah.
He's got Streamline too. That's pretty nice. Does Lachlan play Library of Alexandria? I don't think
Let's have a
so.
look at this.
No, he's gone more Tolarian Academy combo style. Yeah, Sarv doesn't play the Tolarian Academy. Well, that'd be good here, but
Sarven plays his strip mine.
so he's not interesting. He's looking at that Sylvan Library and the Duck Fade, and he's like, I don't particularly need these because the library's doing all the work for me. It's getting me the cards. Okay, so he's drawn
that's
another
gonna-
combo piece. Now that's a way to win.
So he's
If he
going to draw in
can,
response. Do we see a force of will here? Likely.
no,
he's gonna let it go.
He thinks that's a dead card because I've got Mental Mischief. I've got two forces of will. Good luck trying to resolve the key.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll let you play this dead card. What it would do is power out Tolarian Academy, but there's not a lot that Lachlan can do with that, even if he draws it.
Look at that altered ruby.
Yeah,
pretty
oh,
cool.
they all look nice. How many cards you got? 8, 9?
What are we going to? I think we'll see a DAC.
Back, yeah. Steals.
Yeah.
That steals the time. Yeah, that's another reason why I didn't counter Time Vault, because I can just steal it with Dak.
True.
Now, just watch how he has to think about his spells here, because the second spell you play costs one more. So he might just look to play one card a turn, so you can get mana efficiency.
Just ship it. Yeah.
Now this is.
So what can Lachlan draw himself out of this with?
He's drawn
I
a
guess-
land,
Yeah,
that
he's got
doesn't
a
help.
land. That's not great.
I think what you're seeing here is very good, just deck building on both sides, but particularly for Sarv, who's thought about how do I win the Oath Mirror, and he's decided to take the control role, and it's just paid off. Maybe just
There's an
because of their
ancestral recall as
yeah,
well.
maybe just because of the hands that they've got. Whereas Lachlan's combo approach maybe is enough, like is good when the draws are good, and maybe it's very good against other decks like Workshop and stuff, which we haven't seen a lot of today.
Yeah.
Really, I've only seen 2 workshops around.
I mean, look, in truth, like Lachlan's been like slowly dismantled by Library of Alexandria here. It's
Yeah.
just like given Sarv plenty of defense, and he just feels like he can sit there, draw cards, and just bury.
That's
Lachlan.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Library on the draw is very strong.
When the opponent doesn't have an explosive opening, it's good.
You see a preordained there from Sarv.
For 1 mana. Okay, so the next spell will cost 2 if you,
I think what's that?
or an extra 1.
Yeah, a jet and
If you
a
cast
volcanic island. I think they're probably going to go to the bottom.
So let's just watch this mana.
No, he's kept
He probably wants to lay out mana so he can,
for his sphere, just to.
yeah, so he can cast more spells, so he can drop a threat and win the game. I mean, the game is yours to lose at this point, but it is easy to lose.
Yeah, so he's paying mana there for that Nox
Yeah.
jet. Thanks to the damping sphere.
He's got Preordain, Yawgmoth's Will. Maybe that's
He's got Yorgon's Bill and Ancestral, I think.
yeah. Is that memory? Sorry, the last card in his hand is that Mindbreak Trap as well, maybe to win huge counter wars.
Let's see.
The one, on the left, or up the top.
Yeah, the far left there.
I think that's Mindbreak Trap. I don't know. He's got 7, 8. He's probably going to discard. Sard doesn't mind that. He'd rather
well
just
ahead.
he treats it like a loot. Oh, what's that? Mystic Retrieval. That's the retrieval. Mystic Retrieval. So you can still flash that back if he needs value. That's a sorcery though. He'd probably just leave it. He's got enough gas. Some real tech here. I'm very impressed. Both decks. And good to see experimentation, especially at a big event like this.
Alright, so we see Lachlan preordained, trying to dig for an answer.
Now, so Lachlan doesn't know he's got forces. He'd assume he'd have maybe 1 or something, but
So I was going to activate library. in
he's looking
response.
for an opening. So if you think from
I was
Lachlan,
going to misstep the preordained.
just to shut him down. Lachan's got a force, so if he gets a blue card and something worth playing, he can try and force it through, but he probably won't have much luck succeeding.
Yep, so the misstep resolves. And Sarven taps with a very healthy board state.
Just have to keep an eye on time. I think Sar's thinking about the time now. In the back of his mind, he's just thinking, right, I've got this, but I do need to actually finish the game. How would he do that? What's the safest way to do that?
I think you've got his list there.
Yeah. He probably doesn't have many win cons in his deck, really. So he's just got to kind of
Looking at Jace.
wait. He's time walking. Is he gonna time walk again? Yeah, he's got. Okay, does he have,
Time Walk, Ancestral Yawgmoth's
he's
Will.
got Jace in hand. Okay, so he's got a win con.
So we've got 14 minutes left. So it's a fair bit of time for Sarv to win. He
Yeah,
does have to find
no.
his win condition.
Yeah, he'll only. Yeah,
But if he uses his Yawgmoth's Will here,
But
and
he-
manages to resolve, he's gonna dig pretty deep into his deck.
I don't think he'll use his will.
Although is
will
his
yet.
Damping Sphere going to get in his road? Yeah.
For Yawgmoth's will, it will.
Yeah.
Definitely. So he'll hold that until the last minute, I would think. Dig through time as well in Sarv's hand. Red card. Pyroblast.
Pyroblast. Yeah. It's pretty good against the Force of Will.
Dig through time's good at finding win cons. Or do you just play Jason, uptick him, and ride force and counter magic? And it's not really. I would, but Sarv likes to
I know you like to tick him
brainstorm.
up.
Well, because I get scared of running out of time, but Sarv's better than me. So
So Ancestral Recall here from Sarv.
now, is he paying extra mana and stuff?
Yeah, so he's
Maybe
seems to have got his.
Is the dice-
He's made a note there. Maybe that's his Damping Sphere kind of counter.
yeah. He's drawn an orchard. Force red card.
There's a white card there on the far left, I think. Oh no,
No,
that's
that's a
an
land.
orchard.
Yeah. The red card maybe Ancient Grudge.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
I'd keep that. Oh no, you just discard it and then
Flash it back.
flash back to kill the Black Lotus.
Just to rub salt into the wound.
Well, no, he's stymie
Yeah.
the development. Just make sure nothing big's coming out. Especially with Damping Sphere, it slows him down like for multiple spells a turn. Because Sarv knows he can counter one spell a turn.
It just seems like every card that Sarv is drawing is a haymaker at the moment.
Well, it's not a haymaker. It's just
Yeah,
like
so he's going to take his Lotus and
like-
Lachan will sack it in response.
I mean, each card just helps defend the other. It's just incremental kind of interaction. The occasional, bomb, like Ancestral or Jace.
and there's the Yawgmoth's Will.
Yeah, because he wants the extra turn. So maybe can you? 1, 2, 3. You can only cast one spell, can you? It's got Brainstorm in hand as well, which is strong. So Sarv's encountering the complexity of Damping Sphere here, I think. I think he'll just
so
Time Walk
Yawgmoth's-
and then untap maybe? That's not ideal, but I suppose he can
What's got?
he can still
He's got
library.
3 mana free.
He can still draw a card off library as well. You might want to prefer to use it. He's wondering now, why did I cast Yawgmoth's Will? I feel like, yeah. He said, okay, well, I want another. Yeah,
So I'm going to Time Walk
it
anyway.
just cantripped.
Yeah.
Did a little bit more. But every Time Walk is an extra card with library out anyway.
Yeah.
And with planes with Dak Faden, it's more loot as well. So he's definitely getting value off the extra turn. There's no question.
Yeah, it's not the kind of the usual Yawgmoth's Will insane kind of play that we normally
It's
see.
just a steady stream of card advantage and mana development, and like ensuring that you've got counters in hand.
He's drawn another Preordain there.
So he's playing very carefully,
Took up the jack.
safely, and he knows his role, and he knows he needs to change his role. He knows he needs to beat down, but he's going to do it in the safest possible way.
There's a Pearl and a Misstep, I think he's picked up.
It's that second card from the top. It's a blue one, but
He's going to pitch the Pearl and a Force of Will.
it's the
It
Brainstorm.
never looks good when your opponent starts pitching Forces of Will.
So I was trying to find a win con. He's digging. He's got Brainstorm. He's got Dig Through Time. He can find it. He's got Dak Faden. He can loot. He can dig.
I mean, once
He's
Sarv starts pitching his forces of will, like Lachlan's going to know that hand is stacked full of counter magic.
He knows that already.
Yeah.
He's just seeing all these Lachlan is, he's a good player. He knows all this drawing is gas. Lachlan's kind of watching at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe
What's he going through his sideboard, kind of?
Yeah. Is Sarv going to drop?
Okay,
D3 time.
Pyroblast, Jason Mind's got the
That's
Soul
oath.
Ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
He kept an oath. He kept one oath in. So that's interesting. I think that's or
There's a Mox.
Is that oath?
Emerald.
Yeah. Nahiri. DT. Kept the win con. Nahiri's a win con. Jace is a win con.
I'll be grabbing Jace.
But he already had a Jace.
Yeah.
Didn't he? He's thinking, like, what can I...
Yeah, so look, Sarv is definitely trying to find a win con here. I wonder what has he gone for? Jace.
Yeah, back up Jace. So ditch one to force and cast the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, as a win con, Jace is great, but it's not as fast as Nahiri. Especially if the game goes to turns. It shouldn't, but if it goes to turns, Nahiri's quite strong.
Yeah, so remind me of the Nahiri win con.
Okay. You just grab a dude out of your... so you tick up twice,
yeah,
and then you can ult to grab a dude or an artifact out of your deck and put it into play with haste, and then put it back in your hand.
Okay.
So it still doesn't win straight up.
He'll get running a Blightsteel or...
No, just Gristlebrand or Inferno Titan. So it's he still needs a few turns to tick it up.
So he's put out Nahiri first.
Look, he'll even kill the fast one if he's super defensive, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that is... so I would be tempted to tick it up. You know what I mean? But he's gone, how do I lose? I drop my shields for half a second and then he rips some insane combo to kill me. I'm not going to let that happen. He's not in turns yet. Nahiri can win in turns. If you have Blightsteel, not with Gristlebrand. He's 19 life, still a bit to get through.
So Lachlan's just shipped back the turn there.
Try and see what he drew.
The crew's there for Sarv. He's going to tick up Nahiri.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I was saying how I always lose with Library, but this has been a good lesson in how you can win with Library. It's been the key card in this match.
Brainstorm.
Now he's ticking up. So he's looting 3 cards a turn at least with Nahiri and Dak.
I don't know how many cards are left in Sarv's deck. He's gone through quite a lot.
Yeah, and this is interesting. It's good to be able to see all these cards to tell how Sarv sideboards as well in this Oath Mirror. I think I've seen 2 orchards.
A lot of win conditions. Yeah.
So my thought of him starting out the orchards and the putting in the actual lands. Yeah, he's probably going to keep the orchards in case. Well, he's got 1 oath, so in case an oath battle does happen. He's got Treasure Cruise for more gas.
I've been watching a bit of Old School, and there's a big debate about whether or not there should be 4 strip mines allowed because of the power of Library of Alexandria in that format and the way it can just crush.
Well, I think
opposing decks.
Brian Weisman thinks even with 4 strip mines, it's still crazy.
Yeah, right.
It still could be banned.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's so unanswerable sometimes. Also, yeah.
So an Elemental Blast. I think there's another cantrip there, another Preordain. A Treasure Cruise.
You just got to look at the free counter magic, like how much is there, how many cards can I let Lachlan have? I've got to have like a free count. I've got to have counter magic for every card in his hand, basically, or every card that I don't know about.
It's another Orchard.
So here he's on 6. She needs to tick up once more. He's drawing the lands too. He's flooding out a little bit.
Yeah.
So here he needs to get to 8. So tick up once more, then ult. Then he'll get Gristlebrand. Smash in for 7. I mean,
I think that's enough. I think you got to put the Jace on the board and just start ticking it up and ship.
Or he'll just get Inferno Titan and then hardcast it the next turn after it's in his hand. Yeah, you're right. He's followed your advice. He thinks I need more.
There were 2 lines, right?
I need more pressure. But is he going to brainstorm?
I don't know. He does like brainstorming. You got to tick it up.
At this point,
come on. Although he's got Nahiri, yeah. We'll see what he does. I'm sure it'll be the right call.
I mean, he's yeah. I think
Gonna
with this much drawing, looting,
do you really need
just
to draw more?
tutor up the threat because you haven't found it yet.
Pitch your fetch land. Yep.
Is that the threat on the top? Is that the Titan? I think it could be.
Just counting up his lands here to make sure he's.
And yeah, he's got to remember the
Can't cast all
damping
his stuff.
spheres out too. So he's only cast one spell, even though he's seen a lot of cards through the looting.
Just thinking. It's an
Oh, that's the
extremely common
Chandra.
match.
That's the
Okay.
Chandra on top.
So which Chandra is that one?
Chandra Pyromaster. I haven't seen that.
I might search that one
Played
up as
much.
well. Yeah.
Usually, what fans of Standard would have seen the other Chandra.
Yeah, the Torch of Defiance.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but this is a different one. Wasteland, no, it's not going to do anything because he's got all these colours. Yeah, it's definitely Chandra. It can get you
Okay.
cards. It can help. Yeah, you read it out.
Let's
yeah.
have a look.
Just
So
read the plus one.
yeah, Chandra's +1 ability. So it starts with 4 loyalty. Chandra Pyromancer deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to up to 1 target creature that player controls. That creature can't block this
I've got an
turn.
Ancestral. It's going to
So-
get missteps.
He's going to be using that to for Oath Mirrors, right, to kill the opposing.
Yep.
Dudes.
And kills Pyromancers and other
Yeah.
pesky things.
And so the 0 in the middle is exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn.
Is he going to Pyroblast or misstep? He's not sure.
You pyro that. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. And what's the ult? Is there a worthwhile
So,
like a?
it's a -7 ult. Exile the top 10 cards of your library. Choose an instant or sorcery exiled this way and copy it 3 times. You may cast the copies without paying their mana costs.
No, well, that's not really a way to win in this
No.
deck. So he won't. I don't think he'll bother casting it. He'll probably just ship it.
So did he tick up Jace? Yeah?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
Jace has gone to 5.
So I mean, time is now. Isn't time yet,
We've got
but
to be
it's,
down
it's
to,
a factor.
We've got to be down to
8 minutes or
less
something.
less than 10, definitely.
Now remember, he doesn't have Blightsteel, or like a creature that's going to end the game with one swing.
I think it's fair enough for Lachlan to make Sarv play this out.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you can't have the
There's a
luxury of
ponder.
just sitting around forever.
It's going to get Pyroblasted.
Well, he's bleeding out the counter magic with every card. That's good. Lachlan definitely still thinking about, what could I possibly do to win this. You've got to think about your outs. You can't just give up. I'm sure Lachlan hasn't.
He's thinking about casting something here.
Your opponent can make mistakes, especially when they got so many decisions in a turn.
Yep. So
This is a 1-mana spell
it's a drop of honey.
because of damping
It's in play.
sphere. Gonna read it. Sarv knows that
So I think
card.
he's
He's
going to
just
say
checking.
that you're not going to get a second hit in with any creature that you fetch up with Nahiri. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
right.
saying? Yeah.
No. So if you play it, no, did it get counted? No, it just got. Did he just exile it? What happened then? You can't
It's
counter.
definitely not in play anymore.
All right.
I think he must have got misstepped or something like that.
Counterspelled it.
So Nahiri is going to be
Yeah,
ultimated there.
he thought that
There's an Inferno
he said that drop of honey is going to slow my attack,
Yeah.
and that's going to risk me going to turns and time. I have to counter it just to get the win in. Yeah, drop of honey just takes
Oh,
out
yeah,
a creature.
there's
It
no
takes
creatures.
out a creature. Oh, if there's no creatures, you have to sack it.
So was that we think that's an error?
Well, yeah, if you
yeah,
drop it
yeah.
on an empty board, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. So there's an attack from the Titan.
But I think it only triggers in your own upkeep, so you get a turn out of it. Not sure. Maybe it might read if at any time there are no creatures, it goes to the graveyard. So this guy's been Nahiri'd up, so he's going to
Yep.
bounce back to Sarv's hand. He's going to do 3 damage on getting cast on the way back down. That's just handy.
Yeah.
You can do 1 damage with Chandra, but that still leaves
So-
him on 1.
So Lachlan's down at 5 now.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard to use those forbidden orchards.
So that Planeswalker does a damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, 1 damage.
Yeah.
So
You may get it out.
he's got 4 in burn.
Jace. Jace is going to
It's
go
a
up.
backup kind of
There's
kill
a-
con.
Voltaic Key. Let's say leave that on the top.
Yeah, well he's got the time vault, so that's super safe to give to Lachlan.
Taps his Ruby, Volcanic Island, and his remaining Moxen.
Is that Chandra?
Jet. And the library there. Comes another Planeswalker. I think we'll do a damage. Yep. I'll take Lachlan down to 4.
Okay, so the next turn Lachlan's dead because Sarv replays the Inferno Titan
Yep, does 3 damage.
and then does 1 damage with the Chandra.
Can you rip something off the top?
Sarv's presumably got 2 forces, yeah.
And Lachlan ships the turn to Sarv.
So you can hard cast it with this mana. This is a taxing game for Sarven. He's going to be tired after
Yeah, he'll be
this.
tired after this.
Yeah.
But it's been a fantastic game to watch.
It'll be satisfying for
to
him
watch
as well.
the mechanics of it, like
Yeah, and
a really controlling version of Oath.
he's
But-
seen his choices pay dividends.
Yeah, I think so.
And his approach to the matchup and the mirror.
I think, yeah, and once again, it's been a demonstration of Library of Alexandria, really, and what kind of damage it can do.
He's thinking he wants to resolve it, maximize his chances. He's thinking about how do I cast this? If he's got counter magic, how do I force back? Do I have enough mana with damping sphere to do that? So just making sure he's got enough mana to cast and resolve and defend this Titan. So I reckon he only had 1 Titan and 1 Griselbrand left to win with, plus the Planeswalkers.
Your battery is sufficiently charged.
Oh, thanks, man.
So we're using our mobile phones to search up some of these cards as we go through the game.
He's counting. How many lands do you have? He's like,
how do I do this?
yeah.
There we go. There's an Inferno Titan that's going to get forced.
All right, good showing. All right, and
There's the
Lachlan's
force.
extended the hand.
Yeah.
Bit
So a
of
great
laughter
game
there.
there from
Yeah,
Sarv.
congratulations both players. It's a hard fought match. Lachlan did well, especially game 1.
Yeah.
Sarv managed to seize the control role and get the draws for that to work.
Yeah, it seems like his strategy was sort of superior post board in that kind of matchup.
At least, well, yeah.
At least
it's
it
hard-
turned out that way.
Yeah, it's hard to tell
Yeah.
if they kept playing. Maybe the combo approach would pay off. It's just
Yeah.
the combo approach, I suppose, is a little more vulnerable to the variance,
Yeah.
whereas Sarv's approach is a lot more redundancy, a lot more consistency, maybe,
Mm.
and,
You don't know,
and
like-
resilience.
Yeah, I mean, Library can make such an unbalanced game that it's hard to know how it would have played out had that not been the case.
That's true. All right, we'll wrap it up now after a long round. Thanks to both players. Next will be round 5 of the 6-round tournament, and then the cut to top 8. All right, see you back then. Bye.
Thank you.